This is the 14th video of the wargaming of the Battle of Gettysburg. I am playing the Union. The game's artificial intelligence is playing the Confederates. It is July 1st, 6:20 p.m. Turn 35 out of 156, and the visibility is going down because it's now dusk. So visibility is down from 40 hexes to 12 hexes, and it'll keep going down until nightfall. Meanwhile, we've got some movement left, and we are making our way with the 3rd Corps down this cow path. Now you really can't see much, in fact any detail on the units, because we're using what I call strategic movement, because it's a lot easier in this format to see and identify the units than it is in the tactical mode. Although in the tactical mode it's a lot easier to fight with the units because you see a better depiction of the detail. But this is great for moving because it makes everything crystal clear and makes the road stand out. So I prefer doing strategic movement in this manner. And I'll switch to the tactical mode. You'll see that there's a tremendous difference. I don't have much movement to do here. It's just moving up the 3rd Corps, trying to get in a decent defensive position before night. I think there may be 1 or 2 more turns before night. And once night happens, everything pretty much comes to a standstill, movement and combat, because you pick up a lot of fatigue at night. 50 fatigue points if you move, 50 if you fire. And I think the fatigue cutoffs are, I think, like 200, 400, 600 points. So your combat effectiveness really starts to deteriorate. And your recovery from fatigue during the day is really slow, which makes sense. I mean, the cannons, the sounds of battle are going to be loud. You're not going to get much sleep. You got cannons going off, musketry, shouts, movement of artillery and men. So you don't really want to pick up much fatigue at night, because if it carries over in the day, you're never going to get rid of it, and you're going to have combat ineffective units. So you only want to do it in times of desperation. In the last game, Pickett's division was outside the Confederate lines, and it looked like it was going to be cut off. So my only hope was to move it at night, and that was an act of desperation. And I moved probably 80% of it within the Confederate lines, but it was at the cost of horrendous fatigue. I mean, units would have 600 fatigue points. It's like they're totally ineffective. I don't even think they could attack or fire their armament. They certainly could not melee. They would have routed. And the recovery was very, very slow during the next day, because during the next day I decided to retreat the Confederate Army. And although, thankfully, the fatigued units were able to march normally, they could do nothing else, and I had to put them off to the side because they recovered extremely slowly. So I don't want to go through that again if I can help it. And usually even AI understands that, but not always. So you've got to be on your guard and hopefully ready to repel a night assault, because it's an assault of desperation. We don't have many more units to move here. A lot of this movement is, at least for the Union, is just getting these units up to the battlefield. Once they're on the battlefield, most of them won't move that much, except for the flanks here. The way the Union line is shaping up, we're going to have a very strong center based from Culp's Hill to the Peach Orchard almost. And the 1st and 11th Corps is dug in, and around that center is going to pivot both wings. The right wing, the 12th Corps, and then the 5th Corps is going to go on the offensive, and then the left wing, led by the 3rd Corps and followed up by the 2nd Corps, is going to go on the offensive, and the center is going to hold. Is that it? Looks like. And if there's any fallback, then we have a very strong position to fall back in. And if things go well, then the 1st and 11th Corps can always revert to the offensive as well. The Confederates seem particularly gun-shy in this battle, but that's okay because the Union keeps bringing up troops. Now we're going to switch to the tactical move, the tactical display. So here you can see it's a lot better for combat. But I don't know if there's going to be any of that today. The Confederates are assuming Longstreet's. Oh, get Hayes coming up. Is this a 2nd Corps already? It is! Whoop-de-doo. They're coming up Taneytown Road, too. Excellent. Let me just see if there's any cutoffs to this road. It's going to be pretty crowded if we have to go right into Gettysburg. You see the Union lines are already established. Oh, shoot. I thought they came up the York Pike or something. Oh, this is not that good. There's no good way across that I can see. They can get across on this road going to the Baltimore Pike. But I'm not sure what good that does them. This is a meandering road up here. Could catch it right there. Caramba! Now here's a very good road. Of course, it leads away from everything. And it's meandering too. Jesus. I do not especially care for this. Crowding into Gettysburg. Well, I guess we're going to have to do it. We'll figure out a way to get them out. For now, we better push into Gettysburg. Glad they're on the march so early. I thought it'd be like evening before they were up. They'll get a couple turns in. Moving up, and they'll have to just bivouac. Oh, shit. Major screw up. I grabbed all these units at once instead of one at a time. So naturally they can't move as far, so I screwed up the first move already. Here's the second one. I'm starting to screw up. Well, I guess it won't matter. You've only got a couple turns to move anyway. Jesus Christ, there are a lot of these guys. Must be at least a whole division. Shit. See, I should have went in strategic mode. See all the big wad of guys I moved? So when you move more than 2 units, it negates road movement. That's what I did there. Except you can always move leaders with a unit that doesn't count as a unit, but you move 2 combat units, that negates the road bonus. Oh, crap. Yeah. All right. So having screwed that up, do I get anything more? In fact, I should have checked that ahead of time. All right, let's go up to go in a tactical mode, and they're not going to be firing much at us, but some maybe, because they still have a couple batteries that are within 12. Okay, Confederate defensive fire. They can still fire inside Gettysburg. I guess they got 1 man there. And my cavalry, no effect. Okay, I'm not going to waste my time shooting. Time or ammo. No melee. Confederate movement. Whoa, now visibility is down to 8 hexes. Oh, look at what popped up on the west side of Gettysburg. Jones's brigade, cavalry, but it's disrupted. Okay. Well, I got a really tiny unit there, but it's entrenched, and so I guess it'll go toe-to-toe with Jenkins. He thought he'd sneak into Gettysburg. Surprise! Yeah, I don't know how many men that is. 40 men. Oh, it's not entrenched. Well, I guess he couldn't entrench, but it's in line. Union defensive fire. Okay, let's see if we can shoot at that sucker. Yeah, we can. 3 men. Well, I doubt if he'll get much more than that. Okay, Confederate offensive fire. He gets his usual 1 man on top of the hill. Now the Confederate cavalry. Ah, he had no effect. That cavalry, so I did better than him. It's only 40 men. Of course, he's disordered. That doesn't help. We have Confederate melee? No. Union movement. 8 hexes, huh? Well, let's see if this guy can entrench. Maybe not inside the city, but it never hurts to try. Yeah, he can. Built a breastwork. Now let's see what you can do. Oh, he's got some helpers coming up here. A regiment in line. Okay. Well, we'll see if we can stand him off. Okay, so he wants to be inside Gettysburg. Easier said than done. All right, which flank are we going to move? Let's start with our left. Okay. Jesus, Buford's way up here. This guy should be. We're going to deploy him in column and then face him backwards. You can never tell about northern treachery. They might attack at night. We're going to dismount this guy. Hey, Jesus, he's only 57 men. Well, who knows? We'll dismount these guys. These guys I'll leave mounted. Okay. So what are we doing with the Third Corps? Where are we? I think initially we want to deploy along McPherson's Ridge here. Deploy one division here. Maybe both divisions here. I'm on open ground, which isn't that good. Separated by a stream, which isn't that good. So we may have to fight our way forward. But the good part is we have woods on both flanks. And I've got my cavalry beyond the woods. So it'll be a straight up fight. And I've got the reserve artillery coming up at Emmetsburg Road. So I should be in good shape. I mean, there are pluses and minuses, but I think there are more pluses. So we'll march up this road and deploy along the Hagerstown Road. We probably won't have time because the night is falling fast. It says this turn was sunset, so this road is nothing to brag about. So we might have one more turn, maybe two at the most. Oh shoot, there's no road through here, is there? So I gotta walk across the stream. Nope. What about here? Nope, trail ends at the stream. Okay. Guess that's why I won't be going too fast. But that's how it goes. Let's get sickles up here. Well, at least come daylight, I'll be able to interdict the Chambersburg Pike. Longstreet's corps, I think, starts marching about sunup. So he'll have to deploy a lot further from the battlefield. I think I'll be able to bring the Chambersburg Pike under artillery fire. At least I hope so. These are the guns that'll interdict it. I should go into strategic mode here. You can see it makes it a little easier to see things. Doesn't look as pretty, but that's okay. We'll save the prettiness for the battle. You can see there's a little bar on the left edge of the counter. It's in different colors. That differentiates the brigades. Like this brigade is brown. This one's yellow, which means I think it's corps artillery. The artillery in the Union Army was organized by battalion, which was attached to the corps. So there were several batteries in the battalion. And in this game, each two-gun section is an artillery unit. So there's a hell of a lot of artillery. It's not by battery. I wish they would have made it by battery. But I guess it was easier to do it by section because what is this? Oh, this is Emmitsburg Road. Jesus, I'm looking for those new troops. And they're down Taneytown Road, which is down this way, right there. Okay. Go across here. This is a good road, this gold one. Oh, that's two taverns. Shit, that's a long way though. That's a long, long way. Yeah, that's not going to be that practical. What a shame. I would like this to be coming from that direction. Now I got to unsort these. Jesus, we have a regiment. Oh, Provost Guard, no wonder. I was going to say 33 men. What the hell kind of regiment is that? That's only a Provost Guard. Oh, we got to separate these suckers. Well, this might work out okay. Let me I'll have to look at Gettysburg here. See if we get any more units. Oh, we do. Gibbon, that's Second Corps. I believe that's the one that defended against Pickett's charge, Gibbon's division. Jesus, 48 strength. Oh, those are just like headquarters guards. But those guys are good for scouts. You know, whoop, is that all I was going to get? Yeah, must be the entire Second Corps. That is excellent. Let's see, did I move everybody out here? Yeah. What's this? Oh, the wagon. They're always slow. Okay, now we'll go out here for the 12th Corps. We're doing our flanking move. The gold roads are the white roads are the turnpikes. They're the best. The gold roads are second best. We're going to do a Stonewall Jackson flanking move like he did at Chancellorsville. Now that it's night, no one can see us. Hope it remains dusk for a couple more turns. As soon as it turns night, I don't do any movement or fighting. I wonder if this would be simpler or faster. Yeah, I guess it would be. Except that normally he could see me, but he won't be able to now. And I get a couple turns of low visibility at daylight. So I might be able to sneak most of these guys through. Hopefully, I'm praying I have at least 2 more turns here of low visibility. I guess this is the quickest way to go all the way out here and pop up. Oh. We got 31 minutes, so we're exactly half through. These guys are really trucking up this road. At Chancellorsville, the Union saw the tail end of Jackson's corps marching on his flanking operation, but they didn't know what to make of it. Hopefully, they won't see me. just have enough turns to get away with this. Okay, where's the rest of the boys? Here we go. There's the artillery. Yeah, these gold roads are good. Good for moving. Those cow paths, these kind of white ones, you move at half the rate as you move on the gold ones. So they're, well, realistically, they're just cow paths, so instead of, I think the standard was pretty much to march 4 wide along a decent road. I think they almost have to go in single file on these cow paths, because that's literally what they were, paths for animals, mostly cows. They weren't really roads at all. At least these gold ones were roads. Okay, where's the rest of these boys? Is that it? What? That doesn't seem like a whole corps. Let's call the J map up here. Well, it might be. I doubt it, but that's all there is. Okay, now let's go up to Gettysburg here. The second corps is coming up Taneytown Road. That'll be right there. I don't know how close the Union will be, or the Confederates. They're already trying to get into Gettysburg. There's no good road out to the right. I would like to swing out towards Benner's Hill. Oh, crap. There's just no good way to do it. If I could swing out, catch this cow path up here, or move these guys up, but then I get off the high ground. Move the second corps through Gettysburg, up the York Pike, I see he's already got a big battery on the at the almshouse. So I could use this, I could screen myself using this high ground. See if I move on here, he'll see me. If I move on the low ground, I've got a bunch of obstacles. But I'm shielded by the woods here and by the woods here. So I can make it up here. Well, we're going to have to see. I'd like to swing right. If worst comes to worst, I'll just hold the second corps in reserve lined up on Tannytown Road, but I hate to do that. We'll have to see how events transpire, but I'll continue to move them up Tannytown Road. Now, have I moved everything? I do believe I have. So let us go on. Confederate defensive fire. He's still shooting at that guy in Gettysburg. I guess he can't help himself. And still shooting 2 men at my cavalry there. Okay. I think I can still shoot at this guy. 1 man. Okay, let's Union melee, none. Now let's see what visibility is. Confederates begin the turn. Drops to 4. Ugh. Okay. Gives me another turn of movement. I'm happy for that. I think it goes down 2 and 1, so I may have 3 more turns of movement, which would be great. Okay, now his cavalry and his infantry regiment has disappeared from Gettysburg. Oh, look at them. They popped out there. Well, guess what, boys? You're going to have a reception. Union defensive fire. I bet he thought that was open ground. Okay, I can just barely shoot at him. 15 men from the artillery section. Now we'll fire the line. 17. Jesus. He's paying for going out there. 3 men. Now we'll fire this. There are 2 artillery sections. 21. We'll fire a line unit. 4. And I may be able to fire these 2 artillery pieces. I can off to the side. 6. Well, that wasn't much. 1. Well, he took some pretty good hits there. I think he thought he was going to get around Gettysburg. Surprise! Confederate offensive fire. Okay, I get my 1 casualty in Gettysburg. He's firing on the artillery. I don't know what he got there. I didn't see. Confederate melee. Union movement. Okay, we've still got 4 hexes. Good, so we'll give him another working over if he wants it. All right. Let's go down here with Sickles. That's as far as we can go. He won't be able to see any of this. I don't think he's got any scouts out south of the Chambersburg Pike. God, if I just had 2 more turns of daylight, that would be great. Okay, we'll have to see. Not sure I want to push very far past that stream, but I also don't want him to get a foothold in those woods and start shelling me. I suppose I'll have to occupy the woods. Here comes the Queen of Battle. We've got 15 minutes left. Okay, I think that's it for Sickles. Oh, These guys still have a ways to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait for these guys to catch up. Yeah, I can move 2 more. Whoop, come on. I want to see both the top and bottom to see where I'm moving. So it's difficult to line up the screen sometimes. We got 10 more minutes roughly. Whoopsie. Gotta get this guy off the road. Otherwise he'll hold up everybody. Yeah, in this game with Fog of War, you can only see what your units can see. So if the enemy is hidden behind some cover or an obstruction and your units can't see it, you won't be able to either. Now with declining visibility, your units, instead of being able to see 40 hexes, which they can sometimes if there's, well, they probably never can. If they're on high ground and there are no obstructions, you can see quite a distance, but I doubt if there's any place on this map you can see 40 hexes. Well, you can see a considerable difference, but right now you can only see 4 hexes, so most of the enemy you can't see. So when you're close like this, and the enemy's maneuvering, anything can happen. So like that unit popped out south of Gettysburg, it was obviously trying to bypass the city, and it probably didn't know that I had a strong line of defense there. So that was good for me and bad for it, because it took some casualties. I wouldn't say significant or heavy, but it was moderate number of casualties. Just moving there in the fog of war, because all of a sudden a defensive line popped up that the unit didn't know was there. Okay, let's see if anybody else is lined up. Oop. Holy mackerel. It's 3 groups of units. This is on the Emmitsburg Road. Oh, this is a regiment of the 11th Corps. Okay, stray. This time I'm going to veer right instead of left. Yeah, these are just some stray units. Oh, so we do have more units coming up the Baltimore Pike. I was thinking there should be another division. Let's see who this is. And this is 12th Corps. Okay, we've at least got a brigade here. That's very good. Oh. Yeah, I'm moving north up the Low Dutch Road, so that's up ahead. Okay. Well, this isn't very big. It looks like it's only 3 units, but maybe there's more to come later. There's one more guy here. I think it's just a single Union battery. Oh, it's coming up with the 2nd Corps. Okay, now I've got 5 minutes. Is that going to be enough time to move these guys? Holy shit! There's somebody here. Well, no free lunch. Guess we'll see who it is. Cavalry or infantry. Is there another way around here? Nope. Well, I won't be a surprise, I guess. Move them right up there. Mr. AI was clever enough to put some units up there. We'll see what they are, if they're mounted cavalry or if they're infantry. If I had to guess, I'd guess they're probably cavalry. They're mounted, but Could be an artillery battery. You never can tell, in which case I'll get blasted. Well, I guess my hopes of a surprise flanking move are gone. That's okay. Then it'll have to just be a flanking move. It probably won't be a flanking move at all because he'll probably be ready, but that's okay. And we'll fight. Fight, fight, fight. Somehow I'll come up with a way to swing the Second Corps, which is coming up the Taneytown Road, off to the right here. So I can deploy it out this way. All right, I think that's going to be it. We're out of time. And we'll continue moving next time. So let's save this file. And we will continue.